if you don't produce tracks these days, you might get some gigs, but it will always stay like low level DJing.
I think that if you want to become a successful DJ, people these days recognize you by your songs. Or you need to have some really specific skill or whatever why you are getting famous as a DJ, for example. But I think that you just have to be an entrepreneur. So you don't have to produce by yourself. I think these days it's normal to have people around you who have that skill which you don't have. And that can be a producer, but that can be a graphic designer as well, or whatever. You just need to find people around you if you don't want to produce by yourself, but you want to become successful. I think that's the most important. If you don't want to produce by yourself, but you want to get like super great gigs, or you want to play somewhere else besides the Netherlands or what
small clubs.
Small clubs, exactly. I think that you just have to be an entrepreneur and find people around you to reach your goals.
And one of these things is, but you do say you have to release tracks, right? Like you don't have to produce them all the way yourself, but you have to have a signature style, which is like having your own records released. Really helps, right? Because
I don't think that it's like, oh, I cannot produce, here you go and you can produce my songs. No. That's not how it works.
No, because you when we talk about entrepreneurship, it's also about like building a real style, right? Because there's also famous DJs that have like their clothes or their image is very specific or extraordinary, which makes them stand out. Even if they don't produce their own tracks, right? So
I think it's knowing yourself and okay, where do you want to stand for? What kind of music do you like? What kind of music do you want to produce by yourself, but you are not able to do it by yourself? And just find out and reach out to people or find other producers to learn from and to work with, instead of like, hey, here you go, you produce my tracks. I don't think that works.
But also not the other side, like the other extreme side is that, and I see it with students often, is that they can DJ and they know their style. Like it's, of course, you develop in your style all through the years, but they have their certain style. Now it's like, okay, now I want to produce tracks. And they start doing Ableton and it's like, oh damn, it's hard. You know, becoming a producer is so much harder in the sense that you have to learn so much more.
It takes more time.
So to become a real producer, I always tell the students, it's going to take you years, right?
It depends on how you see this business. I see the business as throughout, like it's a company. You are building you are building your own company. Like the CEO of whatever doesn't do everything in his own company as well. You know, you need to know the vision. You need to have a vision. Where do you want to stand for? What do you want to achieve? What are your goals? And find out, okay,
what do you need?
What do you need? Who do you need? Okay, you cannot do that by yourself. Maybe in the beginning you have to, because you don't build a company like, okay, I'm the CEO and now I am going to hire. No, in the beginning you have to do all the things by yourself. You know, you have to start
also to discover your own strength and
discover
style.
your own strength. Discover, okay, you have to DJ. You need to go to places. You have to perform. Maybe you produce some songs by yourself. They are not good enough. You're earning money with DJing. Okay, maybe it's time to step up my game and find someone who can produce better than you can. And you are working together, you know? I think just see it as a company.
So I when I grew up as a DJ, I think my flaw was not focusing on entrepreneurship. I found that like cheap. Like my image was like, I saw these other DJs perform at stages that I wanted to perform at, and I saw that they were far worse DJs than I was. Like I could do a better job over there, and I was pretty jealous because they were up there. But what they did right was exactly what you say. They connected to people, and even just connecting to the right people, knowing people is going to help you get to certain stages. And I think what you are telling me now is that there's so much more that is involved in the entrepreneurship part, that it might even like be more important than your DJ skills.
No, maybe it is these days. Because let's be honest, if you have a worse DJ on the stage but he's a great entrepreneur, it's you are feeling like, come on, I want to stay there. But in the end, it's like a business, as I said, you know.
So we also see that here, like the best students, I mean the ones that reach the stages we all dream of, like going to Miami or like Tomorrowland DJs, these are the best entrepreneurs in general, right? True. I mean, they know how to get from the small clubs to the big clubs, and they might not be the best DJs, but I think it's also about the difference is that if you're a good entrepreneur, you're going to get to those stages, but you're not going to stay there. Yeah, and that might be the difference, right? If you're a really good DJ and you're a good entrepreneur, you're going to get there and you're going to stay there because you can deliver all the time.
Because you know how to run a company. Yeah. You know how to keep your people happy around you. Yeah. That's the whole thing. And it's like, people don't talk about this often because it's like a really sensitive subject. And it's like really, okay, you don't produce your own music? Okay. Yeah. You know, people don't like that to hear. No. But in the end, everybody works together. Like the big hits are not just made by one person.
No,
you know?
But everybody thinks that if there's your name on it, like if it's Chesto or Armin van Buuren, it's like, they've been in the studio playing the keys and doing all the real stuff, producing the track. That's not true. But as long as your name is there, it's not a problem. Yeah. It shouldn't be a problem because they are the general director of the project and they know which direction of sound they want. Exactly. And then they get the guys in that can actually deliver on all the different subjects, right?
Again, it's just a company, and you just have to focus as a CEO of your company. You are the person where it's all about. You are the DJ, and you are going to stay on that stage. Okay, where do you want to stand for? What kind of music, and find the right people. I think that's the key. So you have to be an entrepreneur to reach the top.
Yeah. True. Okay, so guys, if you like this subject and want to hear more about it or have other suggestions, feel welcome, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.